Well, my background is chefing, and I used to chef in my father's restaurant many moons ago. You could never get any fresh herbs; they just weren't available at all. And so, after I had a family, I decided to start and grow a few herbs to take them round to top restaurants, just for a little bit of cash. That was all it was, really. But it just happened to be at the time when there was a huge interest in fresh herbs. Delia Smith was doing her show on the television, and Ready Steady Cook was going, and they had a pot of herbs on their counter, and people started to think about using fresh herbs in all their cooking, and it was just riding a wave, really. Right, well, basically we are a fresh herb farm. We grow herbs and salads, and we have 2 acres of polytunnels and 110 acres of field crops. We're growing for both the catering wholesale industry and also for food processing industry. We don't do any supermarkets. I would say that there's a lot of very big companies doing it now. Family businesses are probably becoming more rare because they've been bought out by the big boys, really. Yes, there aren't so many of this size of company around now. Well, we're selling into hotels and restaurants through wholesalers mainly, and the top end chefs, really, who are using different herbs. So apart from doing all the main herbs, we specialise also in different herbs that are not commonly available. So we're doing lemon verbena and garlic chives and fennels, sweet cicely, all those herbs which, once upon a time the mainstream herbs were foraged and grown from a hedgerow, are now commercially grown. We're just busy using different herbs to widen the scope, really.
And how many different kind of varieties of herbs have you got growing here?
Everybody asks me that. I don't know, really. Probably about 30 to 40. No, actually it's more than that. It's about 42, and I think I have counted them. It's about 42, yes.
I know you say you sell to restaurants and to kind of specialists and chefs. Have you found that people are becoming more and more knowledgeable because of the kind of variety that you're selling?
Yes, very much so, definitely. Lemon verbena a few years ago nobody knew what to do with it. Even Mary Berry mentioned lemon verbena as a wonderful herb recently, and you just have to have a celebrity mentioning a herb, and that's it. Everybody goes to starts to grow it, and there's a huge range of herbs now being grown. I think people were very nervous about what to do with a herb originally, but now people are much more adventurous, and people have travelled all over the world since I started, 25 years ago. We've got to, these cheap, flights, all over the world have increased people's knowledge of cuisine enormously in different countries. So they bring a lot of ideas back with them, really.
And have you got any plans to expand any further, or?
We're looking at growing, more hydroponically and using LED lighting as an alternative. I think that's the way forward for the future generally, really. Crack on, buy a pack of seeds and sow them, Don't be frightened of them, and, don't overwater, but don't underwater, just moderately, and, keep sowing, because especially your annuals, your coriander, they won't last all summer. So, just sow a few at a time, and when you've harvested them, get on and sow the next lot. Or before you harvest them, sow the next lot, so you've got them growing sequentially, not consequentially. And, and don't be frightened to have a go.